Hello, welcome to another First Chapter Friday. Our story today is Peak, and it's by Roland Smith. It's a survival story, and a lot of people think it's a survival story just of physical nature, but it actually is more endurance, perseverance, and character survival as well. This book is for Marie, for giving me all the things that matter. Now I want to find out, is that his wife? Is that I don't know, really good friend? Okay. Moleskin number 1, The Assignment. My name is Peak. Yeah, I know, weird name. But you don't get to pick your name or your parents, or a lot of other things in life that matter. It could have been worse. My parents could have named me Glacier or Abyss or Crampon. I'm not kidding. According to my mom, all those names were on the list. Vincent, my literary mentor at your school, this would be your English teacher, asked me to write this for my year-end assignment. No grades at our school. When Vincent reads the sentence that you just read, he'll say, "Peak, that is a run-on sentence and chaotically parenthetical." That's how he actually talks. Meaning it's a little confusing and choppy. And I'll tell him that my life is parenthetical, and the chaos is due to the fact that I'm starting this assignment in the back of a Toyota pickup in Tibet, aka China, with an automatic pencil that doesn't have an eraser and is not likely that I'm going to find an eraser around here. Vincent also said that a good writer should draw the reader in by starting in the middle of the story with a hook and then go back and fill in, the details. What happened before the hook? Once you have the reader hooked, you can write whatever you want as you slowly reel them in. I guess Vincent thinks readers are fish. If that's the case, most of Vincent's fish have gotten away. He's written something like 20 literary novels, all of which are out of print. If he knew what he was talking about, why do I have to search the dark, moldering aisles of used bookstores to find his books? Now I've done it. But remember this, Vincent. Writers should tell the brutal truth in their own voice and not let individual, society, or consequences dictate their words. And you thought no one was listening to you in class. You also know I really like your books, or I wouldn't have wasted my time trying to find them. Nor would I be trying to get this story down in the back of a truck in Tibet. Speaking of which, this morning we slowed down to get around a boulder the size of a school bus that had fallen in the middle of the road. In the United States, we would use dynamite or heavy equipment to move it. In Tibet, they use picks and sledgehammers and prisoners in tattered, quilted coats to chip the boulder down to nothing. The prisoners smiled at us as we tried not to run over their shackled feet on the narrow road. Their cheerful faces were covered in nicks and cuts from rock shrapnel. Those not chipping used crude wooden wheelbarrows to move the man-made gravel over potholes, where very old Tibetan prisoners used battered shovels and rakes to fill in the holes. Chinese soldiers in green uniforms with rifles slung over their shoulders stood around 50-gallon burn barrels smoking cigarettes. The prisoners looked happier than the soldiers did. I wonder if the boulder would be gone by the time I came back through. I wondered if I'd ever come back through. That is chapter 1. So the hook, he's going to continue to explain why he is going to this Tibetan place in the back of a pickup truck. It's really he got in trouble, in a nutshell. I won't say how. And his father really wants him to be the first climber of Everest. And you'd like to think that with a lot of supports and a lot of love, and really it's because dad's using them. So it's a great story for the relationships, for seeing his character, what drives our main character, and you really want to know if the kid survives, on top of, like achieving this amazing thing. And yes, I am wearing a team shirt like we're supposed to at school today. Mine is Team Twilight. If you guys were like, what is that shirt? I can kind of see it. All right, anyways, enough said. You guys have a great week, and I will be reading to you next week.